Hey guys, so this is essentially a future me segment. This is editor me making a comment prior to you seeing the clips in the portion of this section, which is, I guess, technically a webisode. I mean, it's going to be part of the documentary, but I'm getting ready to do the webisode version of it. And I just want to say something ahead of it, and that is in this section, I talk about, I want to do content warning, first of all, because I talk about debt. And I talk about debt and going to court for debt. So if that is something that's triggering for you, because I know that can be for some people, especially for people who are in situations of job loss, then like TLDR, if you want to know I talk about like one doctor's appointment toward the end. If anyone wants me to post like the minute marker where I get to the thing where I talk about like a doctor's appointment later, I think it's valuable to talk about what happens in as a person with chronic illness who is fighting disability. I think talking about that particular situation is valuable because I know that I'm not the only one. And if somebody is just starting their fight or has a family member or friend who's just starting that fight, then you may not realize that you're not alone, or your family member or friend is not alone. It's actually incredibly common to have that problem because there's this mandatory space between when you stop working and you file for disability, but also just the amount of money that you spend on being chronically ill far outweighs any amount of money you're bringing in most jobs. So, and it's not funny. That's like my nervous laughter. I'm sorry. So, yesterday was Thursday, 24 October. And, at this point, I'm not working. I'm waiting to find out if I'm going to be getting disability. I have applied and been rejected once. At that point, I was able to retain legal counsel because you don't pay ahead of time when you get legal counsel for disability. And so I have filed my appeal. I am waiting for that. In the meantime, I have some state aid, but I don't get money. I get coverage for my medical stuff and whatnot. And so when I have debts that come up and whatnot, like creditors, there's nothing I can do except wait for them to wait for it to be in a situation where I can prove that I just don't have income. And so yesterday I had to go to court for that with a medical bill that's actually really, really old. I'm not actually sure why that was a thing now, or why when it ran through the system it even popped for me, but it popped as something they would want to try to collect on now. I think initially it popped as me having worked where I worked last year, but anyway, so I had to go, and I just took my things that say that, like Medicaid has declared me medically frail. This is what my aid is worth, and I get no aid in cash, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the process of, I've been declined for disability, and I am in a process of appeal. Okay, so I take that paperwork with me. So, normally how it works, and I've walked people through this back when I was doing advocacy, is if you already have like disability, you go in, you show that, and you're considered judgment proof, and because they can't take that money, so then they just mark something down and you sign something, I think, and then you leave. Anyway, because I'm in this like area in between things, where there's no guarantee I'll get disability, but I'm not working and I can't work and it's complicated. I had to not only wait through all the cases, but then I had to see like a judge, and so I was there for hours, and because of when it was scheduled, I was there alone, and you can't have your phone in the courtrooms in Indiana. I don't know if that's the case anywhere else, but so it's just like, and I didn't carry a lot of stuff with me because, like it was just me. So I didn't have anyone to help me with my stuff. So anyways, it was just like me, and I had like my sunglass case with like, that's where I put my license, and I had my paperwork, and I don't even remember if I had a bottle of hand sanitizer or not. I might have not even taken that out of the car. And I had like my rollator, which is like the, walker with wheels thing that is also a chair. Like you can turn it around and sit down on it if you're like standing in a queue or whatever. Anyway, and I was like, had a dress on, which had pockets so I could put my car key in it. And I like literally had taken my car key off of all of the other all the other keys. So I like very minimalist, so I didn't have much that I had to deal with. So anyway, I just sat there. And I didn't even mind just sitting there because I was in so much pain and I was so miserable. And then, like I said, I sat there waiting and waiting and waiting for it to be time to see the judge. And then by the time that I left and came home, I think I went to like the dollar store or something. Yeah, because I needed like paper plates because we were like completely out of paper plates. Anyway, like I ended up coming home and sleeping. And yesterday should have been open mic night, but I couldn't even, like, I couldn't get up. Like, I couldn't get up and go to it. I just couldn't, and I never do that, and I felt really bad about it, actually. I've actually missed a few things lately, and I try to never, ever do that. I try to be the person who shows up even when they shouldn't, like, even when they are too sick. But, like, I just haven't always been able to do that lately. So, that is what my yesterday was, which actually really sucks. I mean, it wasn't even like it was a bad day overall because, like, the Viking came home and made me something to eat, and, well, he went out and got the rest of the ingredients to make, like, some eggs for me. Like, he got cheese and stuff to make eggs for me, and, like, a pastry thing, but, I mean, it was fine. Like, it was, it wasn't, like, a bad day, but it's just, I don't like not making it to things. Like, I want to be more functional. And that's one of the concerns that I have if my insurance doesn't cover this procedure of getting the epidural, the 5-day epidural in the hospital, or at least like a 3-day epidural in the hospital. Like, I I'm not quite sure how that would work because like they can't really do physical therapy until I have either better control of my pain or better functioning. And so in the meantime, I just kind of get worse, less functional, takes more energy to do everything. And that really sucks. So, anyway, oh, it's Bella Bear, Bellatrix Lestrange. Anyway, so, alright, see you guys. Hey guys, so yesterday I had just my regular appointment with my eye doctor. Now that I have Medicaid, I finally can see an eye doctor again. So it's the usual. I need an updated prescription. That's normal. What's not normal is that I've been having a lot of trouble reading road signs. And I don't drive on the interstate or anything like that. So for me, it's not a huge deal because I don't really drive anywhere unfamiliar. I don't really drive anywhere where I have to navigate, stuff like that. But I navigate for other people sometimes. So it's really helpful if I can read, normal distance road signs, and I have to be much closer to them than I used to be because I've always been the navigator. And so I mentioned to the eye doctor, and he did the thing where he looks toward the back of your eyes, not where they dilate you, but he just puts the thing up there. I don't know. I don't get how they do it. Anyway, so he was like, your eyes aren't making the, it's dry eye, but it's very severe dry eye. It's a very specific kind of dry eye. So it's, my eyes basically don't make, most of the, tears or whatever. I don't remember what the name of it is called, that they're supposed to. So I need to get, drops that I'll put in 4 times a day to do that. So, because, I tear up when I'm sad or whatever. I make tears, emotional tears, but I don't, and I do have, my eyes have been dry, but I had been told before that I had dry eye in the context of, I am a dehydrated person, therefore my eyes get dry too. And so I didn't really think much about it, even though I'm not really a dehydrated person anymore. I drink a lot more juice and stuff. In fact, that's how I kind of level out my blood sugar because a lot of times I can't eat. And so, but this is now beyond that. So, actually this is probably very directly related to the CRPS, much like the optic nerve thing. So, anyway. So I'll be getting drops to put in 4 times a day, as soon as I remember to get that script over to the chemist. I picked out a pair of really cute glasses. I can't get no line bifocals with Medicaid. Well, I could, but I'd have to spend a bunch of money that I don't have, so. But still, they're really cute glasses. I had a friend get on video chat with me and help me pick them out, so they are adorbs. The front, they're Elvis Costello glasses in the front, and the side is kind of a turquoise. And then, what else? I've scheduled my swallow study. I've scheduled my, what do you call that thing? My 5-day inpatient epidural. That's probably going to get taken away by my insurance, but right now I have it scheduled as though it's going to happen. We won't know until a few days beforehand if it's actually going to happen or not, so. And tonight is the Halloween event for Paul Henry's, so I am getting ready to be a burrito cat